Howdy everyone, I hope you're having a good day. This video is for you guys, you special people in the top 3 tiers of my Patreon. It really does mean a lot that you're supporting me, and obviously one of the rewards is you get to name players or a player throughout this series, a player that has come through the youth academy at Regen Rovers. Now I know some people wanted to name players from different nations, Scotland for example. All the players this year are English in this first youth intake. In fact, only one player isn't from Winchester. If you really want a player from another country, I can always go out in the summer and sign a new player and then name them after you. But they might be completely useless because I'll just have to try and find a free player. So it's up to you really, or you can wait, until next season or season after that and wait a bit deeper into the series when I actually get other players coming in from other nations because our youth recruitment gets better. I mean, we've got really good youth recruitment, but I suppose it's because we're in the 7th tier of English football. They're still all from England. So I'm going to show you all of these players in this video. I thought this was the best way to do it. You can then claim a player. So I'm going to put this video on Patreon, reply to that. I've got a few people who've already said they want to play in this first season, but I just want you to grab a player. If there's 2 of you wanting the same player, then I guess I'll just have to flip a coin and that person will get that player and the other person can pick either another player or wait till the following season, whatever. Also, I do have What the Fork Gaming's some of her images. So if you really want your player to have a different face to what is shown on Football Manager, then let me know the face that you want and I will sort that out for you. So I've got the first pack and the second pack. There's a few different faces there if you don't want the particular face from Football Manager. So let's go through these. So Andrew Walker is a goalkeeper, he's the first player, so if you want him, let me know. Stephen Cull is a centre-back. We've got Sean Simpson, just pause the video if you want to have a look at them in a bit more detail. Sean Simpson, a right-back. Judy Makengo, who is a centre-back, or he can play a few different positions by the looks of it. Ben Thomas. So these names will all, well, a lot of them will be gone. If players aren't claimed, then they will keep this name. So Ben Thomas. Rob Halliday is a left back. We've got John Bryan, a right wing back. We've got Jeff Francis. Keep an eye on the potential current ability as well, of course. Yeah, Jeff Francis is a right midfielder. Michael Cross, central midfielder. Now, we did actually have Willie Young, a player with the last name Young. I kind of feel like we have to keep him, unless one of you really wants him. I mean, he does have potential, and you could name him after yourself. But the fact that he's called Willie Young kind of makes me think we need to keep him as he is. But if one of you really wants him, then fair enough. That was Richard Powell. Leon Wilson, an attacking midfielder. Matt Moore, a right winger. Ryan Henry, a left winger. And lastly, Danny Hughes, who is really the only striker that's come through. So if you really want to strike, I mean, Richard Powell can play up front as well, I suppose. There's players that can play up front, but we don't really have a plethora of strikers. So those are the players. Let me know which one you want. If there is more than one of you that wants them, then I will just have to toss a coin. Hopefully, we'll have some of you guys go on to great things. Remember, the top tier, I think you can name 5 players if you keep pledging throughout the series. The second tier, Dr. Jones. No, third tier, I'm getting mixed up. The second tier, Spitzer Drury. You'll have 3 and Dr. Jones should have 1. But if your player does leave the club, then I am willing to name another player after you throughout further on. But we can't have, for example, I mean, I know that you'll want to name these players after yourself, but you can't have 5 of the same name. That would just be a bit silly, won't it? So you'll have to come up with some other creative names. Maybe a middle name, maybe your best friend's name, maybe a dad's name, maybe a cousin's name or something, or just a name that you like the sound of, something quirky. That's completely up to you. But yeah, hopefully that all made sense. Just please get in touch with me soon because I need to name these players. If you don't, it's not the end of the world because we're going to have plenty of seasons ahead of us where you can name players. And of course, sometime in the future, if you wait till later on in the series, you're more likely going to have a much better player named after you, I suppose. But some of you in the top 2 tiers may want to name one now, name another one in 3 seasons' time, etc. Completely up to you.